everyone, welcome back to Messy and Beautiful. I'm Sarah Jane. Thanks for joining me for another video. I hope you enjoyed the little montage at the beginning. I did consider trying to interject it in my videos, but I just thought it would flow better if I just, did my usual thing. It was basically a rundown of the weekend at the Southwest Planner Club Slumber party, and I'm going to go into a bit of detail about what we did and kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. So I arrived on the Friday. Friday I was given the option to set up the shop, so I did that just to try and get my anxiety out of the way, so I wasn't in such a stress like I was at the Midlands meet. So on the Friday when I got there weren't many people at the hotel actually. There were a few. I set up the shop and then I had some dinner with a couple of the others, sort of had a chat, had a drink and that kind of thing, and then I went to bed reasonably early. I did plan on going for a swim, but because I didn't swim the minute I got there, I didn't get a chance to the whole weekend, which is a shame because I do love getting in the pool. Maybe I'll fit one in soon, I don't know. But yeah, so I didn't manage to do that, but the whole weekend just flew by. I can't believe how quick it went. So Friday was pretty relaxed other than the setting up the shop and making sure everything was prepared. And then Saturday morning I got to have a really nice just get up when I wanted sort of situation. I woke up at 7 when my kids normally get me up, and I went back to sleep till 8:30, which is a lie-in for me, which is amazing. And then I got up, I went down to breakfast, I had some breakfast with some of the other planner girls. Then I started setting up the shop a bit more because I had like pricing and things to deal with, and then once I dealt with that I then went up to my room, did a bit of filming, so you'll see that at some point, and set up my planner for July. I didn't manage to set up my Stalogy in full, so I'm hoping to do that over the next few days, like the beginning pages, and film that as well. I did want to film it while I was there. I was a bit uncomfortable filming in the hotel room though, because I was completely out of my comfort zone. I had no idea what the lighting was like. I wasn't sure if anyone could hear me or anything like that. So yeah, then I did that, and then it was on to the event, which started at 2 o'clock. So when we arrived, get there eventually, sorry for the little ramble at the beginning, but I kind of want to take you through the whole weekend and the whole experience. So it started at 2 and we got given a cream tea. I didn't get to sit down to my cream tea until about 20 to 3 because it was just madness by that point. It was like rushing around, making sure everything was set up properly. We were also given an hour to shop as stall holders before everybody else, so I kind of wanted to get all of my shopping done at that point, which, if you know what I'm like as a shopper, that whole video is going to be immense. Yeah, so by the time I'd done all of that, I sat down for a little while, had a cream tea with a couple of the other planner girls. I got the last scone on the table, so I was very lucky. They did bring out some more, but that was really nice just to sit for sort of 20 minutes before the event started, and then it was stall time. They opened up the make and takes because there were make and takes going on for the whole weekend, and I did a little bit of that first of all just to make sure I got some of it in. And yeah, then it was just on to the event. So we've got a whole schedule here that I am going to refer to just to try and like remind me. So I'm just going to stand that up next to me so that I can remember what we did. But on the Saturday, I'm just going to empty it out first of all because it's full of stuff. And the only other thing I forgot to say was that on arrival, they were giving out these. Holly and Ellie literally thought of everything. I've got my other lanyard card in here because my lanyard wasn't made for the Saturday by mistake. It was just an oversight. So they made me a proper one for the Sunday. But they'd even thought of doing like little room key card holder things, which I thought was amazing. Yeah, so when we arrived on the Saturday, we got given a little like carry around bag as well as our lanyard, which is decorated with a little bow, and inside there were a few bits and pieces. So there was a make and take ticket with whatever group you were in for later on in the evening. There was a bottle of water and some popcorn as well, so I obviously had those over the course of the weekend. You got given a mystery stick, mine was a little planner, a sleepy mask thing because it was a slumber party, and a little packet of goodies. So I'm just going to empty this out, and I'm going to put this on the floor because otherwise I'm going to run out of space. So I'm going to kind of fill it as I go. I cannot move in my shed for stuff. You wait, you just wait. So let's move my lanyard out of the way, and I'll talk about that again in a little while. Right, so in here there is a little packet from Little Pencil Designs, and it's got a little notepad with Flumpy on it. Look how cute. Yes, and it says yes you can do. Just a nice little tear off notepad. And oh, Flump on a like licorice wheel. Oh, and a little mallow Flump. Very cute. A Flump with a Flump in hollow. Brilliant. So that's one little gift. And then there was another little tear off notepad with a little frog on it, and this is from Fluff Mallow, which was cute. And then a pack of stickers. There is a voucher code for Amazon on here as well. This is self-funding. Cool, there's loads in here, loads and loads. Right, so you get a sticker sheet of I am brave, I am strong, I am worthy of good things, all positive quotes, oh, positive vibes. Then Busy Bee stickers. Oh, so like doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, hair appointment, like money, birthday meeting. Oh look, bridal shower, baby shower. I'm actually going to a baby shower on Sunday, so that's pretty cool. Right, and then a self-care sheet with all the cute little self-care-y type things on it. They've even got a painting tray. These are cute. Some Move It stickers, roller skating, brilliant. Surfing, not that I do either of those things, but maybe one day. A sheet called Bon Appetit, that's all the food. Sip Sip Hooray. I hope you can see this whole sheet. I've literally just reset up all my filming stuff, so they're quite big sheets as well. They're like A5. Then some seasonal ones, some fun in the sun, shop till you drop. I definitely did that. Credit card maxed out. Ice Ice Baby. All the Christmassy type ones. So that's what we got in the little goodie bag on the Saturday when we arrived. Now, I'll put that to one side too, because that all will become clear. So we got told one of the things to do was to find little pin badges, and there were 3 little pin badges hidden around the room. Kind of once a couple of people found them, they were just telling each other where they were, but I just thought they were really nice. Like there's one of the little planner, one that says Planner Friends Make the Best Friends, and one that says the Southwest Planner Club, so you could decorate your lanyard with them. And then I forgot where I put this, but I have now found it, so I've put my Patreon badge on there. And then this one was a table gift from Zoe. It's little Cuthbert as a pin badge. She was sitting on my table on the Sunday, so that's one of the things that she gave us. But when I get to table gifts, I might forget about this, so I've left the little card in there, so I may not, but as a reminder. But thank you, Zoe, for that, because I just love him. He's so cute. He is so cute. Right. One of the things that was open was like Pick a Mix, and there was a Pick a Mix table. It was sponsored by Papershare. And they had all of these like sticking in the sweetie jars and stuff, and I did steal one. I have to admit I stole one just so I could tell you about it on this video. I don't know what I'm going to do with him now. I might put him in my pen pot or something. But yeah, there were loads of little Papershare sticks. I didn't ruin the display or anything, I'm not that mean. And then we got given a little goodie bag as well to fill up with Pick a Mix stickers. So there were some die cut stickers, Papershare ones at the Pick a Mix table, because it was sponsored by Papershare. So you got to pick 2 die cuts that are like holographic. So I went for the little planner, and then naturally I went for the tea and the pastries, and I liked the little teapot with the little vanilla next to it. And I just thought that was really cool, like little Pick a Mix stickers. And then they had another table that was Pick a Mix stickers, where you could take 2 sheets and 3 die cuts. I was one of the first ones there, so this is what I chose, because I thought it would be good for like art journaling, because they're like the washi tape kind. And then I just got some box stickers, and these are the Planner Society. And I went for the green colour. And then I went for a book with some flowers, a little heart one, and then because I'm currently obsessed with clouds, I went for a little sleepy cloud in grey. So yeah, that was, I thought, a really lovely touch, that you got some free stickers, but you got to choose what you wanted. And they gave you this little pouch to put them in as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with the pouch after, but, you know, there we go. I'm just going to try and keep it together for the moment. Right, I said I was going to fill up this bag as I went along, and I'm already stacking it next to me, so just give me a second. Okay, so Then there were like make and take stations, which I didn't get a chance to do because I had to go over to my stall. But I forgot to say that when we were having the cream tea, somebody found these on the D-stash table. I don't know if they were meant to be there or not, but there was this vellum with like all the Slumber Party artwork on it. I think they're just the like oopsie ones, so there might be some more in the goodie bag. I haven't gone through it properly because I wanted to do it on this channel. And then some of the Slumber Party stickers. So I did pick up a couple of these because I thought they'd be nice freebies for people that couldn't come along. Figured they would be in the goodie bag, so I only took the extra one. But people were just kind of going, oh, we found these, like, and handing them out, so grabbed a couple. And then once the shopping was done, we had a little break to go and get our pyjamas on at 5:30, and at 6 o'clock we were welcomed back with cocktails, and then it was kind of just a evening make and take, like really relaxed party sort of situation. Everyone came down in their pyjamas, some people drinking cocktails, some people having mocktails. We all had some dinner. The buffet was amazing. It like not a piece of beige in sight except for a bread roll. Like there was salads, there was couscous, there was like chicken and stuffing. It was just like not a kids party buffet. And however much I love a kids party buffet, at that point in time I hadn't eaten very much, so to be given a proper meal was amazing. Because the only thing I'd eaten really was the breakfast, which I didn't have loads because I wasn't like feeling it, and then the scone with cream and jam. So by that point in the evening, when it was about, I think I was one of the last to get my food as well, so it was about 7:30 by this point. I was kind of going around and doing the make and takes while I was waiting, but once I got there I was like, oh my god, I was so grateful for it. So there were a few make and takes to do. We had our little tickets and we were called up in groups initially, but they sort of changed the plan as we went along. But the first one that I did was a window cling. This was hosted by Linda from the Grumpy Tortoise, and she basically gave you some window cling to make a sun catcher, and then you got to choose your design. You got to weed it yourself, and then you got to put it onto the little sun catcher disc. And now I've got a Planner Girl sun catcher in purple that I am going to stick to my window. I did initially make it in blue, but I left it on the bar, and then when I'd realised, because I spoke to Linda and I said, look, I've lost mine, she was like, oh yeah, you can have another one. She was like, was it a blue Planner Girl one? I was like, yeah. She told me I'd left it on the bar. I went to the bar to ask and it had gone. So somebody out there has my blue Planner Girl window cling. But either way, Linda was incredibly kind and let me do another one. So I still have one, which is great, and it's going to go up in my shed with the other sun catcher that I've already got from her. Then I did some bracelet making. I did tell Kelly that I would make her a bracelet, but honestly, the patience that this requires, I do not have it. So I made myself a little bracelet out of some beads. It does fit me, but the only problem is, because I had to make it so big to get it over my hand, it is then massive on my wrist. So it annoys me a little bit. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might just hang it up in my shed instead. And in fact, I'm going to do that now so I don't lose it. So I'm just going to hang it on one of my hooks on my pin board for the moment until I have a mass sort out in here. But that was quite fun because I got to sit with some different people that I'd never met before, and I was just kind of chatting to them while I was making a bracelet. Then Sarah from A Mundane Life was doing some magnetic bookmarks. So I got to go and choose 2 designs of like paper that I liked, and then she gave us the magnets and stuff and showed us how to make them. So we got 2 little magnets out of that, which was amazing. And then we did a make and take with Emily from Wisporia, who must have been absolutely shattered by the end of the weekend because she also did a workshop on the Sunday, where we made a little embroidery hoop. So she gave us all the bits and pieces and we all got to sit and make it together, and she was kind of telling us what to do as we went along. Now, I have made these before, but I've never done it with a cork back, and I really like that idea because it gives you something to actually put the like pin into. So I think I'm going to try and upgrade to the one that I've made with my pin badges on it. And I did get a couple more pin badges, so now I've got some room for them too. So there were loads of like make and take type things going on. I think that's all of them. If I come across another one, I will let you know as I go through this pile of stuff. I need to move those because I've already talked to you about those, haven't I? Said I was going to fill up the bag, so fill up the bag. Right. So that's those. So yeah, like 4 make and takes I managed to do. I don't know if I missed any. And there was obviously the pick and mix sweets as well. So there may have been a few more. There was also face painting. So Colette from the Paper Lobster was painting everybody's faces. I, again, didn't want to queue. And by the time I got to her, she just looked exhausted, bless her. So I was like, have you eaten? And she said no. And I was like, please, do you want me to get you some food? And she said, oh no, I'm going to stop now. This is my last one. And I was like, fine. Like, and by that point, I was just like, do you know what? I don't care if I've got paint on my face or not. Then Holly and Ellie had an activity for everyone to get together. So we were all sitting at different tables and we all got given one of these sticks, and it was basically an agree disagree game. So if you agreed with what they said, you left your stick in the air, and if you disagreed with what they said, you put your stick down. And they were giving away some prizes. I don't know what the prizes were, I never actually found out, but I think there were 3 winners in total, so they were really lucky to have won something from that. And that was a good fun game, actually. It was really interesting to see like what people agreed with and disagreed with, and it was things like, I'm wearing slippers, or I've got glitter on my face, which was the point in which I was out, which was really disappointing. But you know, that's what you get for being a nice person and going, oh, I won't go get my face painted, poor Colette looks knackered. Not that I would have won anyway, it doesn't matter. Got plenty of other stuff. Right, I think the rest of this is from the following day. So then it was just cocktails and like a bit of fun, chatting and chilling out, and then everyone went into the lounge bar, and I stayed up for a bit, but by this point I was like, I need to get some sleep. So it got to about 10 o'clock and then I went up to bed. But then, doing what I always do, I then stayed up till about 11:30, and I didn't actually go to bed until about midnight. So the next morning I woke up and it was all a bit of a rush. Me getting ready, I was late down to my stall, as I do, because I'm not a morning person. I missed breakfast, but I managed to I basically packed some pre-packed waffles, so I just had a waffle while I was standing at my stall. And actually, while I'm just talking about the stall, to anybody that shopped with me over the weekend, I am so incredibly grateful. Even if you just came to have a look at my stall and give me some feedback, it has really helped my confidence, and I am so pleased with the weekend as a whole, from as a shop owner perspective. I can't believe how generous people are, and yeah, it was just great. And all the other shop owners as well, you were so welcoming and really put me at ease. So registration started at 9:30, and at 10:30 we had a welcome. So the welcome at our table, and I will go through this, just not right now, I'm going to keep talking about the workshops, was a big bag of goodies on our chair. Then we had a little box of goodies in front of us with a hello sign that looks to me like it's Once More with Love, because I know they were one of the sponsors of the event. And we obviously did table gifts. So I'm going to keep talking about the workshops. I'm going to unbox swag, like this stuff, in a separate video, because I think it's just going to go on forever otherwise. So this is just kind of me talking about the workshops and what we did. And if you want to see the stuff we got for free, then come back and watch my next video. And then I'm going to do a shopping video after that, because my God, like the stuff from the 2023 Slumber party, unbelievable. So I'm going to put those to one side. I'm going to leave the little hello guy in the bag, but these bits I'm going to go through afterwards, because I'm not joking when I say I have never left an event with so much free stuff. Can't believe it. I'm really overwhelmed. But onto the workshops. So we kind of exchanged table gifts and everybody had a chat. Very short amount of time between workshops, but I think that's just because there were so many workshops planned. I have to say I do prefer the more traditional planner conference, when we're sitting at a table that's allocated with a table plan, where you get to sit and get to know your table mates, and you're kind of doing activities together. And the activities were brilliant. So we started off with a game of bingo. I got very near the end. I think I had like 3 more. I had Slumber Party Workshops and Pouch left to go, and I was like, oh, I might actually. And then someone at my table went bingo, and I was like, oh, well, at least it was on my table. So Rachel on my table got to win bingo, but that's good fun. And they did that last year as well, and they've done it at a couple of the online ones. And I do think it's a really good game to play, and it was really nice to just kind of open up the weekend and get people chatting to each other. So we did that first. Opening up the Sunday, sorry, not the weekend, because obviously we had the day before. Then Janine from Fantasy Design Store did us a bubble lettering workshop. So we got given 3 sheets of paper, one as an example, one was blank. You can see how quickly I get distracted. And then this one kind of had a few examples on it, and then we got to do our own thing. And then she gave us an Pentel Energel 0.7. Oh, I love this pen. I love this pen. And then a Pentel Matte Hop, which is like a gel pen, but my God, is it bright. Like, and it flows really, really easily. I got orange. I don't know what other colours were on offer. I was a bit disappointed I didn't get green, because you know me and green. But you basically got given a blank sheet of paper. She said you start off by doing the yellow lines in the middle, and then you go around it in the black. And that's how, like, you end up with a whole alphabet of, like, block lettering. And then she gave us a little sheet so we could practice some words that we might use in our planning. I didn't really know what else to do other than work, so I went for plan today and meals, and I was just sort of experimenting with the pens and stuff. And then we ran out of time. So I didn't do any more of that, which is a shame. And in all honesty, I did a lot of that when I got home. I did those ones when I got home, but I did do that while I was there. So I got kind of halfway through, but I was so busy chatting to everybody. So yeah, another 2 pens. Fill up the bag, Sarah. Stop putting it to one side. Fill up the bag. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention that there was next to the pick and mix table, so there was a like ink swatch station. So I think this idea came from one of table 2 maybe, with Faith, Roxanne and Jess, and they were basically doing little samples of inks. But I didn't really go and look at it too much. I kind of looked at the different samples they had and stuff, and I didn't really understand it because I'm not a fountain pen user, so I just kind of stayed away from that table, if I'm honest. And then they had a table of different kinds of planners out as well. So there was like a family planner, a business planner, a meal planner, and it was all from different companies that they'd went to the London Stationery Show, and then those were the prizes at the end of the like agree disagree game, I think. And there was a gold prize. That was the like gold prize draw kind of thing. Moving on. So the next workshop after bubble lettering was to make a vinyl glass with Linda from the Grumpy Tortoise, who also must have been knackered, having done the sun catcher the night before. But oh my God, like they're so generous, honestly, can't believe it. So we got given a clear glass and some vinyl, and I basically fought for some coloured flowers because I think a lot of people wanted the flowers. I would have liked some white dots to go on it, I think. I might do that at some point, but we got given a glass, got to cover it in whatever vinyl design we wanted, and a metal straw to go with it. So now, to go with my cup from Palentine's, I've got a lovely glass that's personalised and that I made, which is great. A couple of mine are a bit dodgy, but that's just because I picked them up and I moved them. But I'm really pleased with it, and actually, like, it does go very well in my shed. So there was that. And then Holly came round with some tissue so we could wrap it up afterwards. I just thought such a good workshop, and it was really fun actually, and everyone going round the tables going, has anyone got any of this? Has anyone got any of that? And kind of getting you talking to people. And I have to say, I have never spoken to so many people at an event before. I feel like I spoke to probably 80 or 90% of the people there. Some people at my shop, and some people just on like the Saturday sitting down having a drink with them and all of this sort of stuff. I do feel like it just went so fast that there was no breathing time, is probably my only criticism. But I don't know if that's because I had a shop, because being a shop owner at these events is very different to being just an attendee. I know a lot of people spent the Saturday afternoon with the make and takes, just kind of sitting around and planning all the Saturday morning. which I would have loved to have done, but I just didn't get the opportunity to. And I do feel like the shopping times were really like packed in with everything else. There wasn't a lot of time to get around all the shops. And there was also this 2-room business that was completely not their fault, where a lot of people on the Saturday didn't even realise that there was a separate shopping hall with, there was another 11 shops that weren't in the main room. And I think a lot of people on the Saturday didn't know about it. So when there was a lot of shopping time, it was kind of all pushed into the Sunday. But, you know, like, weekend as a whole was great. It was really great. Oh, we got given a little leaflet thing to go with the Matte Hop gel roller pen. These pens are pretty wicked, I have to say. Then we did the Keepsake Memory Book workshop with Wisporia. This went over 2 workshops. So we did this before lunch, and then after lunch there was some shopping, and then we went back to it again after that point. It was amazing. So Emily at Wisporia taught us, I haven't finished mine, I've barely started it. I finished sewing it and that's as far as I got. But she taught us how to make our own memory book. She hand drew all of these inserts, took us through how to turn it into an actual book, like, and to, you know, I can't believe it. It's ridiculous. The fact that she sat and drawn all of these things, it's so beautiful. The only thing I really, really wish was that we did this on the Saturday morning so that I had time to fill it in over the weekend. Because this seems like a shopping list and shops to visit. There is in the back when I get there. Look at this. Like, it just keeps going. I can't believe it. And she was so patient with everyone trying to learn how to do the sewing. Like the ink and pen swatches, I could have done this while I was there. Fill your washi line with as many colours as you can. They had like a washi tape station where you could just take samples of washi, which was amazing, and a destash table, of course, but I'll talk to you about those when I do those videos. But I could have gone along and just filled my washi line with stuff from that table, but you know, just didn't get a chance. So that's probably my only criticism, is that I wish we did this on the Saturday. Because these ones are like Instagram handle, picture of the person, date met, table number, memories shared, name, location, current planner, their favourite colours, and you could get them to write a message in the bottom of it. But we didn't finish these until like 3 o'clock on the Sunday afternoon, by which time there was more activities going on, and so I didn't get a chance to fill it in, which is a shame. I don't know whether to save it for next year and take it back with me, or fill it in this year, but I don't know, because I really do want to finish this because it is beautiful. I love the concept. Like, she taught us how to sew all the inserts together. Mine's quite loose because I've never done this kind of stitching before. I've done other kinds, but not this kind. And Becca at our table was unbelievable with helping everybody, because once she got it and she understood it, and she did hers over lunch, she came round and helped every single one of us, which was great. But yeah, great workshop, absolutely fabulous. I cannot fault it as a concept either, as well as the delivery. Emily was incredibly patient, and she must have been absolutely exhausted after all the questions. So that was that workshop. Then we had lunch, which was a roast dinner. Can you be any happier on a Sunday lunchtime when you're greeted with a roast dinner? And in fact, as hotel roast dinner carvery, like laid out in trays and them serving you it like a school dinner kind of situation goes, it was a pretty damn good roast dinner. Probably because I also didn't have to cook it myself. So yeah, I mean, the food, the thought of the food, like even in the morning, so there was tea and coffee available all day, which we haven't had at another event so far this year, which I don't understand why not. And that was my biggest criticism, Palantines, I think. But there was tea and coffee available all day for everybody. And there was like, not just snacks, but it was like warm cookies and chocolate eclairs and biscuits and, you know, like whatever you could think of, they thought of it in terms of nibbles and keeping you going and keeping your energy levels up and stuff. It was just unbelievable. Highly, highly impressed with the whole weekend. So then there was a break for shopping and we went back to do the memory book. And then there was another break for shopping and coffee. And then we did a sticker pocket workshop with Once More With Love, which we got given a little piece of card to make a little sticker pocket and a little pack. Oh, I forgot to say something as well, but maybe I'll talk to you about that in a minute. And they gave us a little sheet of like all the Munchkin family, so who everybody is, and then there's some little Munchkin stickers. And your sticker sheets fit in the little pocket that you made. And Marge had recorded a little video for us, so we had sort of a 5-minute video with Marge while she was explaining to us what to do, and then we got to go away and do it. And then she gave us a little pack of sticky notes as well from one of her, I think it's an anniversary release of hers. Which was amazing. So something else I forgot to mention. Oh, that's from the Whisperia workshop with our little template on how to sew it all together. I'm going to keep that actually because that was really useful. And the other bits from the Whisperia workshop, before I forget, she gave us everything, like even down to if you didn't have scrapbook paper, which my shop sold some, so I just helped myself to my shop stash, but you could use this as the cover. Like, I really like this paper as well, so I am going to use it. I am going to colour it in. I'll probably stick it in the book because there's a couple of blank pages, so I might just stick a bit of that in there. She gave us a whole pack of die cuts that I haven't even opened to decorate with. Before I get onto that, there's some like little star charms in there, and there's loads and loads of stuff like roller skates, little strawberries, like funny day. There's a little bug in here buzzing about. Look how cute. Yeah, just awesome supplies. She thought of everything. Beautiful. There's just tons and tons of die cuts in here. Look at this. Like, oh, little VW. That's a bit creepy. I'm not a big fan of eyes. Right, little camera, our story, a flower, love you more, music. Like, you make my heart flutter. Little hashtag, that's cool. They had like an Instagram wall thing as well with props, but I forgot the props. So we did table photos and stuff, but a little snail, we forgot the props, which is a shame. But it was kind of a last minute thing of like, oh my God, I haven't taken any pictures. I've been so busy filming this, that and the other that I haven't just taken any photos. Kind, keeping it real. Little string of hearts, that's cute. Positive, little floppy hat. Oh, cute. Little bird. Like, there's loads in here. God, don't show that to Holly. She'll have that off me. Like this and this. Let the weekend begin. Page flags, heart, little sleepy cat mask. That is cute. Very slumber party. Little rainbow thing. Always on the lookout for a good time. It's randomly just started raining. Okay. Good vibes and some more star charms. So we got given a whole pack of stuff to decorate the journal with, which I am going to keep together because I am going to try and use it when I fill that in. What I might do is actually message people and say, look, like I'm filling in my memory journal, can you give me this info, that info, the other info, because I'm sure people won't mind sharing that stuff with me. Right, there we go. And then we also got given, as part of the Whisperia like journal creation, some papers. I probably won't use those, so I might just put them in the de-stash pile. I'm already filling stuff up next to me when I keep saying put it in the bag, Sarah, put it in the bag. This weekend, honestly, went so fast. Cannot believe. I feel like I blinked. Like, the longest part was the drive on Friday because, oh my God, the traffic was awful. I went through Bristol and everything. I just gave up with the motorways because I was just accelerating and braking. Then we got some cool, like, frames. I've seen these on Temu, but I love them. Like, there's a little send now. I think I've got something similar, actually. I've got the magazine ones. Like, and they're like social media posts, like little Instagram frames, so you can put your photos in there, which is great. Then some little stickers. These are gorgeous. Look at these little swizzle, like slumber party style stickers. And look at these. I love these. I want a whole pack of these. I'm going to use them on everything. They're just beautiful, like hollow stars. So there was all that too, which we got given because this pack had everything in it. The cardboard for the cover, the paper inserts, like, you know, all the stuff to decorate with. Like, I think the trouble was it just took everyone so long to figure out the sewing that we just kind of didn't get any further than that, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, you live and learn. The workshop itself was fantastic. They had a succulent table that had, I've left mine in the house, but I got a little succulent plant. And they were giving us a little care sheet to go with it, so you could just help yourself to those, which I thought was a really nice touch. And then what was after that? So we did the sticker pockets, and then we did some creative journaling with Plan, Inspire, Create. By this point, I was just chatting to people, I have to admit. Emma did a really good talk about journaling and how it can help you. And then she's done you a little things to let go of sheet and how to, and some little instructions on how to do creative journaling. And I really am going to give it a go. Her talk was really helpful as well, because it gave me a bit more, like, I would never do something like this. I would always just handwrite, you know, word by word, but I think it's such a good idea, and I saw a lot of people doing it, and I was like, it actually looks really pretty as well. So I think I'm going to try and give that a go. But I think by this point in the day, I just kind of wanted to have a chat and, you know, just relax. And like, what were we doing? I think maybe I had a cup of tea, like did the usual. Then we did plan a stack photo. Then there was a raffle, which sadly I didn't win anything this year, but never mind. There's always next year. And then there was a final goodbye, and then it was pack up the shop, get in the car, and off I drove home. I think I left at about 5:30 on the Sunday. I got home at about 10:30 at night. I did stop on the way home to have some dinner. But yeah, by the time I got home, oh my God, was I knackered. I have spent Monday morning in bed, Tuesday morning in bed. I've been very fortunate that Charlotte has wanted 2.5-hour naps both mornings. The minute she's gone to sleep, I went to sleep. And both days I've woken up at 12:30 and gone, oh my God, it's 12:30. And then I'm like, she's still asleep. Oh, I'll leave her. And then I've just sort of laid in bed for 10 minutes and then she's woken up. So it's almost like my body clock was in tune with hers the last couple of days. But I needed that extra sleep because my God was I exhausted. But yeah, overall, what a fantastic weekend. The only things I wish, like, oh look, and there's a lovely picture of Holly and Annie on the back. The only things I wish that were different was that there was a bit more spread out shopping time, or like relaxation time, where even the shops were closed and people could just sit and have a chat. And that we did the Whisperia journal on the Saturday, only so I could fill it in, or at least be told, or be given the pages maybe of like the things to fill in while you were there, and like fill those in because you'll need them for tomorrow, sort of situation. But the workshops were amazing. The other thing I forgot to mention was that halfway through the day, in fact, between workshops, they were doing what they call swag drops. So we got given a whole nother bag of stuff on top of the stuff we already had in the goodie bag throughout the day. So if you want to see all of that stuff, then yeah, come back, because my God, it's going to take me a while to get through it all. But basically they played Everybody Dance Now 2 or 3 times, and there were 3 more swag drops throughout the day where like all the volunteers came out and went round all the tables and gave people stuff, and they were just literally throwing things at you. It was brilliant. It was really well delivered. All the volunteers looked like they were having a really good time. At one point there was the conga line, if I've put that in the montage at the beginning. I'm grinning from ear to ear just thinking about it. The whole weekend, fantastic, absolutely exhausting. Definitely had some fun, and I am 100% going back for next year. I kind of feel like I need a 3 or 4 day event, you know, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that'd be far too much work for them, bless them. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see all the swag we got, then come back and see me again. Hit the subscribe button down below, because there's also my shopping video to come. I've got loads of hauls and some setups coming as well, because I've got 2 new planners to set up. But yeah, again, I hope that you've all been well, and anyone that was there, like I say, came to talk to me, shared a laugh or a memory with me, came and shopped with me, like anything at all. If I interacted with you at all this weekend, thank you so much. The community is amazing, and it just reminds me how good everybody can be when we all have something in common, and we just put all the drama aside and just have a really good time. It was really wonderful. I hope that if you came along that you enjoyed it too. Hello, if you did come and speak to me. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care. Bye.